Taurus or Taurus cross watchers, welcome. Thank you guys for being here. I just did almost a 30-minute video and I realized it was not recording. So that's interesting. It was very important. This is for Taurus or Taurus cross watchers. I basically can just run right through this one because I remember everything I said. So I got pine in your message, Taurus. I got pine needles, pineapple. Pine is a smell that was coming through for me. So I looked it up. I looked up pine's spiritual meaning. And it says, pine has been used in magic and healing practices for hundreds of years. Pine is also known as a tree for protection and forgiveness. It is no wonder the pine came to represent resiliency, wisdom, and longevity. It also goes along with endurance. So then I was getting something about pineapple and that somebody may be swollen here. I don't know if it's the teeth, something going on, but I heard like drink pineapple to help with swelling, to help with bruising. If you swell ever or you get bruises, something, pineapple, bromelain, you could take bromelain or drink arnica tea. But pineapple came through here also, or maybe just like pineapple on your pizza, you like pineapple something. But then I was talking about a person, okay? So this is for Taurus cross watchers. It's more of an indirect message for you. You have a male in your life, whether it is a son of yours. I don't think it is. If it's a son of yours, I think he's an adult and you could be older. Like this is an adult son. Otherwise, this is a current partner you have, an ex of yours that you have children with or a child with, or maybe you don't have any, but it's an ex of yours. This could be a father, a brother, an uncle, something, right? Now, it doesn't have to be directly connected to you. It could be connected to someone that you're connected to, okay? Whether you're a male or a female watching me, you came through as a feminine energy, but I think it's because you are the grounded energy in this person's life, whoever they are. However, the message was saying you're dealing with a person who is dishonest. They do not take accountability. They do not take responsibility for anything. Either they didn't for a child, for children. Either they didn't for their family. Like they have not truly. You're also only hearing one side. I feel that Spirit is saying you need to hear another side. Whoever they're bashing, or like this is someone who's like a loose cannon. Okay, it's somebody you love. It's a male. Somebody you love, or they're a masculine. I think you love this person, or someone you're dealing with loves this person. But for the majority of you, I think you love this person and you've tried to be there for them. You've tried to be, I'm hearing their voice of reason. I'm also seeing the candies reason. But somebody has a sweet tooth here. They love sweets, but sweets, cakes, whatever. But voice of reason. You've been the stable, you've been a stable source for this person to be able to talk to, come to, or you're with them. I don't know how you know this male, but this male has some issues, okay? We all do. Nobody's perfect. We all have issues. The difference is there's people who work on these issues and they take responsibility for their actions, and people who don't. And right now, not right now, whoever this is, you've dealt with them a long time, a very long time, longer than a year. I would say several years, many, many, many years you've dealt with this person. And at some point you have to ask yourself, are you making excuses for them? Are you turning a blind eye? Like, yes, you love them, but do you realize that this person has a lot of work to do, and that some of them could actually be very neglectful or very hurtful to another individual? Like they hold on to a grudge to one in particular person, and either it's because they regret something they did a long time ago, but instead of being accountable for that, they try to run from it, and then they blame. Like they could be blaming a baby mama, they could be blaming their sister, their mother. They're blaming everybody for their issues, for what they do and where they are in life, and they're blaming people for only wanting money out of them. But it's like, but you participated in these actions too. Some of you, this person's blaming an ex, or talking shit about this ex, or maybe even telling you things about an ex of theirs, or they're telling you things about someone that they are upset with for whatever reason. They were probably rejected or something. They're telling you something about this person to make you not like them. right? Somebody's talking to you about somebody to make you not like them. They could be talking to you about your own mother. They're talking to you about somebody to make you not like them, to make you see things one way, to get somebody on their side, and somebody who's stable, solid. I mean, you're a solid figure in this person's life. You've proven to be loyal. You've proven that you ain't really going nowhere. You'll always have their back. But to what level, Taurus or Taurus cross-watcher, do you have this person's back? Do they really have yours? If in the case that whatever they're doing happened to be the shoe on the other foot and they did this to you, would you be okay with it? Some of you, this is someone who's doing something to you, like they're just not stepping up for the child or the children, or they expect you to do everything. They really think that you're just going to allow them to get away with the mediocre, with this, and that, or this, and I'm hearing that. I'm hearing bare minimum. Like this is someone who just, they're a victim in their own life. Like, and some of you may have even got with this person, like let's say it's an ex or a current partner. You could have got with this person really believing them because you love them. Like your love, I believe, is genuine for this person, even a family member. You genuinely love them, but you also understand that this person, like I think you do get it. I just don't think you've done anything about it. I think that you do get that this person is unstable. They either, some of them have addictions and they're unstable with it, like they need to get control of it and they don't. Like maybe they need to go talk to someone, maybe they have before, but then they never followed through, or they really need to like work on this, whatever they do, because they can tend to be violent. Like they can be very violent. This person may also be abusive. Some of you could be dealing with a person who, if they were given the chance, they could be abusive, or they could abuse substances. They just have very negative energy. And yes, you can love people like that. Why not? We all used to be there too, didn't we? However, at some point, somebody's got to want to help themselves. And this is not a person who wants to help themselves. I'm telling you right now, no matter how much you can't love them back to life. They're not going to change. In your message, at least, this is an individual. Now, you can keep continuing to think that they're going to, but if it hasn't worked yet, it ain't going to work. They don't want it. It's like trying to make somebody quit being an alcoholic who don't want to stop being an alcoholic. Some of you, it's your own mother, you know, or who don't want to quit having somebody spend so much money, who don't want to stop spending so much money. It's like, but I've tried telling you. Someone here complains a lot about either an ex of theirs, like, and they make up shit about them, you know, like they're such a victim, or someone complains about their family a lot. A lot. Or somebody in their family that complain about their own fucking children, you know, or they complain about the person they had their children with, and it's like, I would just love to talk to that other person. Have a conversation with them. Because some of you could just be, all you've gotten is just one side of the story always from this person, and you always take their side, or you've got their back because you love them, whether it's a family member of yours, a lover of yours, an ex of yours you have kids with, like, you know, whatever. You've loved them through fucking the hardest shit ever. And some of you may be like, I don't know. I feel like there's a person that you may be holding on to for good life. Like you're holding on to for good life. But you're going to cause yourself to get some sort of burn here. You could get burnt by being affiliated with a particular person. Like you could go down with them because of your affiliation with them, because of how they really are. You may not even know how bad this person is and what they're doing. Some of you do. And because you love them, you've seen it their way only, but you don't realize this person and what they've actually done and what they're doing and what they're thinking and who they are. Some of you are actually dealing with a person, you love someone who they don't really want to be loved. And you could be like, who doesn't want to be loved? No, that's not true, blah, blah, blah. Well, ask a demon. You know what I'm saying? A demon don't want to be loved. They have an attachment. I'm not saying their actual soul doesn't want to be loved, but whatever attachments they have, especially if they have addictions that keep them with these attachments and they keep doing them, it's not helping their situation. And if they haven't wanted to get help for themselves, you wanting it for them ain't gonna do it. They have to want it for themselves, and that's a reality. But they haven't. They haven't. Some of you have wanted someone that you love to make amends with somebody in their family, or somebody in your family. It's like, why don't y'all just make amends? Like, why do you have to be enemies, you know? Or why don't you connect with your children again? But they don't want to. Like, you can't force somebody to do that, you know? And it's coming from a genuine place. But if they don't want to, what would you wanting them to do it change? It wouldn't. Like, some of you feel like maybe you can, like, love the goodness back into somebody, but it's like, no, they're trying to run from their own reality. Some of you are dealing with a person who's trying to run from their own reality. Maybe they're running from the fact that they can't accept that somebody doesn't want them anymore. That they had something really good and they fucked it up. They fucked it up. They completely tarnished it, and they can't accept that. You're dealing with somebody like that who can't accept it. That's why they're doing what they're doing. They can't accept that they were rejected and that they are the reason. They won't take responsibility for that. It's everybody else. It's their problem. It's their fault. And if they act like they do take some responsibility, it's only to confuse you a little and to make you think that they understand, but they don't. And they don't believe it. They're only saying it to kind of keep you somewhat interested because they know that you're grounded. They know that you're logical, you're practical. It's a bit like guilty by association. You know, and especially if this person is doing something illegal or they've done anything really hateful. Let's say they're not doing something illegal. If this is someone who's spiritually bankrupt, Taurus or Taurus crosswatcher, meaning like they have a lot of things they've done against people that are really not great, or a lot of things they've thought and done and negative energy they've sent out, an evil eye against one particular person, whatever it is, especially if they didn't deserve it. Like if someone's been really nasty against someone who really is actually innocent, but you're only hearing one side, this person's going to pay for that, and they could pay for it spiritually, which is way worse. And you could be a part of that, especially if you've just been trying to help. But if you've had that voice, which I think if you're here watching this, you've had a voice in you that's like, maybe you've even wanted to reach out to whoever they have beef with and be like, hey, like, you know, you're kind of the mediator here. Are you the mediator between someone and someone? But it has never worked and it's not working. And, or maybe you haven't been the mediator yet, but you've thought about it. And it's like, I don't think there is any mediating here. This is someone who they have a lot of work to do, and they haven't done it. What they've done is go from one situation to the next, to the next, to the next. They've distracted themselves. They've numbed themselves. They have not taken accountability or responsibility. You can talk about things and have conversations all day. It doesn't mean you recognize what you're doing. And so this person has not changed their actions. You know what, they're very smart. Yes, they have a good soul. I think deep down they probably do, but they don't want to change, and they never will. And you can wait all day and think that they're going to, or you can burn with them. You can go down with them. And I feel like some of you may be like Spirit saying you will go down with them if you do not make a move here. I think you may be asked to make a decision, Taurus or Taurus crosswatcher. Is this someone that you need to let go of? Could even be in your own family. Is this someone that you need to cut ties with? And you may say, I could never do that. But then if you realize that you could never do that, do you have abandonment issues? And that's nothing mean. I've had to go through that too. I'm adopted. Like that's a huge awakening. Some of you may go through an awakening of abandonment in the near future. Not all of you, but if any of you have experienced a feeling abandoned, whether parents abandoned you or they just passed away too soon in life, and you had to go, way sooner than you were ready. Maybe you still really needed them, or maybe they just weren't there and completely neglected you. Some of you could have had people that neglected you, and then you end up getting with somebody who neglects their own children. That's not for everybody. Or who keeps them from you. I don't know how this is going to go. There's a million ways this can go. But all in all, this message for Taurus or Taurus crosswatcher is your energy is not conducive with whoever you keep around or whoever you love. Whether you love them romantically or it's a family member you keep doing, like they're doing something or have done something wrong against an innocent person, and you may be like, well, and by innocent I'm saying it doesn't mean they're completely blameless unless they're a child. Because right now Spirit is telling me the person you're affiliated with that you love is actually the one in the wrong. They're not saying don't love this person, give up on them, but they are saying you do need to make a decision on which way you want to go, because there's about to be consequences for both. Choosing to deal with it and continue to stay and keep this person in your life or walk away from them. I think you're being asked to choose a path. But they're not saying which way they necessarily want you to choose, but they want you to make a decision, because I think something's about to happen. Something's about to happen that will directly affect you because you're involved somehow. All right, guys, I thank you so much for being here, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.